One. Everyone can say hello.
Hi.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome. I say back to the Curse of Strahd. It's not been break time yet, but welcome to the Curse of Strahd campaign. I am the, I don't want to say Dungeon Master. I am the guide for my lovely players, Whiskey, and I am joined today by Turquoise Magpie playing Lint Keptok, our Scribe Wizard. We are joined by Gossamer Arts, or Goss, playing Rain, our Warlock Rogue. And I'm very excited with the build because now it opens up a little bit more, so I'm pretty hyped about that. We are joined by Hydro, playing Bakor, our Twilight Domain Cleric. And then last but no means least, we are joined by Naomi, playing Davy, the Murder Machine. And we're gonna our Spores Druid, Davy, as before we jump into the main part of the game, a couple of announcements, because I need to make sure I get into a bit of a routine. Last week I did not do this. Couple of announcements. One, Curse of Strahd is a horror-based campaign, so there are horror elements to this. So please make sure if there are triggers that might pop up in this game, please make sure you take yourself away from the game, the stream, whatever you need to do just to look after yourself. My players here have given me permission to do basically whatever I wanted in this game. Even Dro last week, I made sure we had permission to talk about the deep, and we had a lot of fun with that one. So make sure you're just looking after yourselves. The second thing is, make sure you are using the command Pally so that our lovely artist right here, Turquoise Magpie, gets paid as well. I really appreciate that. And also, it also goes and gets split between Turquoise Magpie and Seville's, who is always redefining our layout. We're going to be doing a new layout for next week for some reason, maybe. We'll see. But please make sure you use the command Pally if you can. And make sure you check it out on YouTube. I'm making sure these are uploaded. I'm going to be aiming for every Thursday, I believe. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. I'm figuring it out as we go on. But let us talk about what happened last session. I kind of want to just let Davey talk about it, but you know, that's fine. That's for later on. But in the last session of Curse of Strahd, our Mistwalkers, our party of 4 right here, discovered in the opening in the woods a fane of some sort, an area what had megaliths, standing around in a circle. And after a fair bit of experimentation, Davey turned into a bear and ripping their own claw off. Thank you, Soph. That's very cool. Oh yeah, it had a little crow on top as well, a little raven, eating some pastries. After a bit of guessing of what to do and almost scratching the right surface, if you would, metaphorically speaking, Davey finally started to head towards the center of this and discover the tip of a spear. Once they touched the spear, they had a bit of a trip in their mind, taking them to the south of Barovia to Mount Gakis, Ghakis, I believe the spelling is, and just guided them a little tiny bit to an elderly man in a tented area, basically hinting that this person might give you a couple of answers of what you want to do in this zone. After a bit of talking about it, maybe a little bit of disappointment in not figuring this out straight away, the gang continued down the Svalak road. As they were about to go left, and in the very distance, unfortunately to Irina's dismay, seeing the village, the town that we really want to get her to, the gang decided to go a different place and head to the lake. On this lake, there was a single boat. A fisherman of sort. Bakor cast Eyes of Night, which means that everyone could have really good dark vision, and it was because of that action. It was not a body recovery mission. It was a rescue mission all around. That was what the Twitter was all about, by the way. The Twitter vote was how many rounds this kid had until she is dead. It was 3. Oh. I'm keeping it all secret.
I ate it up then.
Yo, you really did. It was really good. But in this rescue attempt, they discovered, before the rescue attempt, sorry, they discovered that some gentleman who was a fisherman of sort, kind of in a trance, was fishing, but used a body of a child for bait, but he mentioned good luck after the rescued. Davey, I don't know if it was because it was a kid. Honestly, that kind of feels like that's one of the fits. They murdered this dude in the most horrible, brutal way possible, and basically a nice little bit of karma in the end. Took them to the depth of this lake, and they drowned. We'll find out what happens later on with that means. But after you went back to shore and sat around a little bit of a campfire to heat yourself up, and the little girl's name is Arabella, I believe. Irina was just sat there going, what the fuck am I dealing with here? But finally, you made it to the gates of VALLAKI. Something I did not mention, actually, because I just forgot about it, honestly. When you walked upon this gate, and this gate is quite large, solid iron, with slots in between. It almost looks like it's more of a jail cell kind of gate, or a door, but made bigger. And for you, Rain, just to describe it a little tiny bit more for you, what you would see in front of you is obviously this iron gate, but attached to that are just gigantic logs, sort of spreading all around, providing a barrier to the monsters that live in the woods. These have been grinded down or shaped into spikes at the top, and you were able to see a few guards walking kind of behind. So they, in your imagination, they've built a kind of platform attached to the logs so they can walk on the top to keep an eye out and stuff. Oh my god, Dro.
I saw it. I found it.
You did it. Well done. But yeah, and I believe the last thing that was said was two guards pointed their pikes, not spears, pikes, which are longer versions, through the bars. So they are currently behind the bars. There's two. One is male looking and one is female presenting, if you would. And they both are looking at you all. And they are, let me change the music a tiny bit, chat. And yeah.
Do you guys hear any of the power tools that are happening at my neighbor's house right now?
That's such a weird thing to say at this gate, by the way. That's such a weird thing to say.
I'm sorry, it's so loud.
You're
where
fine.
I'm at.
I can't hear it at all. You're totally fine. So yeah, they are looking at all of you. They ask you to halt, I believe the words were. And they're just looking at all of you going, oh, what are you here for? Tell me, why would you come in the middle of the night to our town? State your business, state your names. Why are you here?
Rain board.
Baka.
Looks at all of you.
Davy.
Looks.
Okay, looks like I'm going to be the one introducing. I am Lint. We're a party. We've come from the village of Barovia. We have come to accompany somebody from that village who wishes to seek asylum here.
The female guard will kind of look over your shoulder, Lint, and to see Irina standing behind you with the two horses. Did we establish there was a carriage with the horses? I can't remember if we did. No, just the horses. So the horses have like bags all over them and all that kind of stuff. Cool. Yep. So the guards will look and go, and who might this be? We have never met this lady. It could be anyone.
I just look at Irina. Maybe you should introduce yourself?
Fine. I am Irina Koliana. I am the daughter of the burgomaster in Barovia. unfortunately, my father has passed away, and my brother has told me to make my way here. We'd like to really go in. Now, I'm very tired. My companions here have been on a long journey, and honestly, I'd like to sleep. The guards will look at all of you for a second.
Oh, and this is Annabelle. I just sort of like grab the child.
It's just like, okay, lovely to meet you. Could everyone make a charisma check real quick? It'll be a persuasion on this one. The reason being, I'll put it out this way. Vallaki is a very secure town. When creatures arrive at night, their suspicion levels are way higher because they understand what vampires are and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, tell me what your checks are.
21.
21, excellent. 6.
With a +4 on charisma, so I got a 6.
Dude, charisma-based character
I
too.
saw Goss's face like drop.
So 1 success, 1 fail.
13.
13 success.
11.
Let me have a look.
You say Rain is pissed off that
Fail.
they're not on the boat again.
Does the child roll? Does Irina roll?
They're not. They're literally just. I don't think they're just standing still. Irina does roll though. Yes. She does roll at advantage because she did name herself. Natural 19. Yeah. Okay. So, we will let you in, provided you sit down with us first, and we provide you the rules of Vallaki. After all, I have never met you before. We have to be careful of who we let in. But you can come in. Just don't get into trouble. And you see that a couple of more guards who are standing kind of off of view, kind of hidden back up, come into view, and you see that they start to unchain this really like heavy iron gate. Takes a couple of minutes while this is happening. I don't know if you guys want to do anything during this minute, but they are just as the gates will open up. Please follow me. And you see that this lady who's kind of taking charge in this situation. The other guy is, you see the male guard is a little bit more lazy. Right, he's a bit more does a night job, if you would, where the lady is a bit more on it. So you get brought to just not even like a room; it's more of a bench to the side. And as you enter, you do notice surrounding this area a couple of things. The most important thing you notice is the moment you walked through the gates, depending on where you are from. Now, Davey, you would obviously not be in this bit when I'm talking about this, but the feeling you get is almost normality. Like, if you were going to talk about your hometown, this is the kind of vibe you get. We'll talk about that a bit more later. But for now, the lady guard will sit you down and go, okay, so before we can allow you into our town properly, a couple of rules. Are you okay listening? Are you okay? Yes? Okay, brilliant. So, first and foremost, and I will only say this in this statement, the mention of the name Strahd is strictly illegal, even in written form. If you must be referred to, use the term the devil. That is the common word. to speak his name in this town, is to draw his eyes here. And the burgomaster and the fellow people here have worked very hard to make sure that does not happen.
Didn't you just say Strahd, though?
This is why I mentioned and you just said it again. I'm going to let you off because it's about understanding. But I mentioned I would do the quote first, and then I'll never speak his name again until the next person comes in, which is kind of backwards, but still. Does everyone understand? Yes?
Yes. I may advise that if you give that rule, probably best to say it outside of the gates of your town that you're trying to protect.
I like that, actually. It's a good idea. I may note it down. Interesting. Now, this town holds a weekly festival to promote merriment and honor the burgomaster, Baron Vargas Valakovich. As guests, we would not ask you to help with preparations in these events, but if you are going to be here when the events occur, attendance is mandatory. The next festival is the Festival of the Blazing Sun, and to be held in a few days' time. And this is something I actually didn't mention, which is what I should have mentioned when I was saying to Rain what you saw. On the outside of this wall, what you saw, there were actually pikes. There were pikes sort of pointing outwards, and these pikes had the heads of wolves put on them around you. Just something I did not mention, and I forgot to.
My people.
Obviously, normal rules apply when it comes to the law. No stealing, no murder, and make sure that your attitude is of merriment and not much else. The burgomaster wants to make sure that everyone is happy here, and he can take offense to people who are portraying unhappiness.
I can only apologize in advance.
Be careful if that is the case, my friend. Now, the place I would recommend you go, and I recommend any visitors to go, is the Blue Water Inn across town. If you make your way through the main road, you will see it on your, I believe it's right. Once you are there, you will find a place for rest and food if you need to. But above all, stay positive, stay safe, do not speak that thing's name, and you should be fine. Any questions? As I have my coffee.
So does the positivity thing, does that mean we're not allowed to like, if I frown, if I go outside and I frown, or I'm squinting and somebody misinterprets that as like a resting bitch face or something, am I going to get arrested, or is it just verbal?
The burgomaster promotes happiness. He believes that happiness is what keeps Strahd at bay. Oh, and she's like,
That's twice, buddy.
Rain's going to put their hands on their heads and be like, hey,
I'm sorry.
there's some rules here.
I'm sorry. Listen, happiness is very important here to keep the devil, there you go, away. And if you are publicly expressing distaste, it could end up going a different way.
I'm going to lean back towards Lint and be like, the vibes here are rancid. I don't like this.
I don't like it either. Lynn leans forward and
We're
says...
going to get arrested so fast.
You two are fucked.
Lynn just leans forward and says, if we do break these laws of merriment, is the punishment inflicted by the law, or is it just a case of we're left to fate.
Oh,
Hey, if I get punished, I'm
law.
gonna be even more unhappy. Like
The-
I'm gonna be
Okay.
frowning even more.
The law is the what takes over that moment, yes.
But there's like a strike system, right? Because you broke your own rule twice and you're still okay.
I will await my punishment. Don't you worry about that, my friend.
Yeah. Is it a public punishment? Can we watch? We haven't seen a public execution in a very long time. I don't know. It could be entertaining.
If you if you head to the town square right now, there are a couple of people who are currently being punished, so you can see them for yourself.
Who's in charge
I'm
of the
just pulling your
punishment?
leg, buddy. I'm not gonna report you. Don't worry.
The burgomaster is in charge.
Okay, what is his name again? If I remember, I feel like we're going to be meeting him quite a lot.
Let me
in our visit
say
here.
the name again, because it's I said it so fucking good. I was like, oh, I nailed it, and now I'm like, oh, I forgot the name now. Oh no, Burgomaster Baron Vargas Valakovic.
VALLAKI.
I'm gonna call him
Did I spell
Val.
that? Val? You say Burger Master?
You do see like this like in this lady, there's a little bit of nervousness in her brow, and this moment of you just got here, and you know when it's like a cock of the head, like watch your fucking tone kind of vibe. That's, you don't have to roll an insight check to know you almost stepped the line. Just so you
It's gonna
know.
be like-
Boundaries I can push here.
Just so you
It's
know.
gonna be like, good talk. You know, give that girl a pat on the back and be like, hey, we won't snitch that you broke your own rules twice. All right? No.
No,
nobody
I
knows.
am being honest, and I will go to my superior and let them know.
Hey, you don't have to do that. That's crazy of you.
Yeah, just come get a drink with us at the inn. It's good, buddy.
Shares a merriment, as it
It
were,
ain't that
since we're
serious.
encouraged
You were
to.
just trying to look out
I-
for us.
I am currently on duty. That is why we are talking right now. And the fact that you want me to just walk away with you after I've said the devil's name twice? No, I refuse. So, go. Be on your way.
Dingy over here. Jesus Christ.
Welcome to
All
VALLAKI.
right. Well, oh, gee.
And you see, as you're walking past or walking away, you just hear the word, shit, I did it again. She's walking away.
I like turn at David. I'm like, that guy doesn't know how to have fun.
Strike three.
All right. So you, I actually want you lot to, could you all make me a perception check real quick? Because there's a couple of things that you might see on the way to the Blue Water Inn.
That's rolling
Dirty
at 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah, not 20.
Nice.
18.
Dirty 20.
19.
19. What was yours? Sorry, Bakor.
18.
Really good. Really good. Ollie, really good. Well done. So the journey from here to the Blue Water Inn is not too far. I just want to double check exactly where it is because I did say it was on the right. So I just want to make sure I'm getting it right for you lot. Yep. Excellent. So you walk for like a couple of minutes because you all rolled so high. I believe you should absolutely catch a couple of things because why wouldn't you at this point? So as you're walking through, this is did I establish that sun was setting? Was that why I established? I don't think. Did I say it was dead and it was night, or was it
night when we're at the
setting?
lake.
Okay, it was night.
It was night at the lake. So,
Thank you, just
yeah.
making sure. So, at this point in time, the streets in VALLAKI are lit up by beautiful lanterns on different houses that you walk past. You hear the sounds of families talking in their houses. It's not exactly it's kind of middle class, you know. It's not like Barovia, the town of the village of Barovia, where it was dismal, like depressing is the only word I can think of when it came to that village. VALLAKI feels normal in its presentation. Apart from obviously the eerie rules that you received from that guard, if you didn't hear that, you would just think it's a normal place. You wouldn't think you're in a place that's cursed, if you would. And the lanterns themselves are kind of a warm yellow-orange glow. You continue this mud, but then turns into cobblestone pavement. As you look to your left, all of you will spot this. A couple of things. One, you spot a man, you did roll. You all roll really fucking well. Let me scroll. Because there's a couple of things I want to make sure I'm seeing here.
I feel like this place gives off the vibes of like deep suburbia of repeating houses or terrifyingly looking the same.
Actually, it's still very unique in all the houses. It's more like it's almost a village vibe, but bigger, right? You don't know the actual size of this location because I've shown you the map, obviously as players, but you wouldn't grasp until you've made the walk. But you do sense that it is as normal can be at this point. With your rolls, yeah. There's a stockyard that has several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A wooden sign above the front gates reads Arasek Stockyard. You have the impression that this is a place where if you wanted to get some items, you could. However, you notice that it is definitely closed for the night. So maybe you can come back to it in the morning or whatever you want to do the next day. Something else that catches your eye, especially, at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon. And it is painted in very, like, beautifully bright colors, like blues and golds and reds. And on the side of it is fading lettering that spells out Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And Lint, you would notice with your... Wait, Bukor, what was your roll? 18. Lint, yours was...
Not 20. 22 total.
So no one... Yeah, I'll give you that. You notice that... Would you see it? Not from this end, actually. No. But you would hear, though, and you would notice, Lynn, the wagon is, like, rocking a little bit. And this is something that you spot as you're just moving by. Do you continue walking forward? Walking to Blue? Bear in mind, you do have Arabella with you still.
Lint, the first thing that comes to Lint's mind, and he just thinks, that's their own business.
Okay, cool. It's only because you all rolled high. I wanted to give you that. So you continue down this cobblestone path. And again, you do see that this area is packed with houses, and you do see the occasional drunk sort of merrily just drinking and singing to each other and hugging and dancing and going about their ways back into their homes for the night. And you make it eventually to the town square. Now, the town square itself is actually interesting. I need everyone to make another perception check for me, real quick. Perception check.
22.
22, nice.
16.
25.
25. Okay. So with that, good rolls again. The town square is interesting. You can see around you that there are banners of sort that are fallen down onto the floor. They were hanging, some of them are still attached, but one is like hanging off, if you would. And as you're looking around this area, you notice there's a kind of, I'm going to say staging area, but the staging area has, you don't understand what just happened. There's like this blink of, wait, what the fuck was that? Where you see around about, I believe it is 4 or 5 donkey heads. And they're all in these, my mind went blank for a second. What's the thing where you put your head and arms in and it shuts on you? What's that called?
Stocks.
Stocks. Yeah, there are stocks on this staging area. And you see there are these donkey heads in front of them. I need to ask you, do you go closer to check it out?
If Davey decides to go check it out, I will follow Davey.
So it's you lot.
I think Davey would go a little closer.
Okay, so Davey, as you walk up to the stocks, thank you, Soph. You notice that where these donkey heads are, they are attached, put on top of several people. You can't exactly tell male or female here, but you can tell that there are two adults and 2 children in these stocks.
Hello?
And you just hear nothing. They are breathing. They are alive, but they are just in there dead silent. You might hear the tiny whimper from the children.
I like your funny little hats.
And you kind of hear the beginning of a word from one of the children, and immediately one of the adults goes, shh, 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 shh.
I know we just got here and we're not supposed to get into trouble, but like, feel bad leaving him here.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
You see around you as you are approaching the stocks in the center of this square, there are peasants in patchwork clothes kind of eyeing you suspiciously, just watching what you're doing. And as they are watching you, you see them going over to a crumbling stone fountain, taking water from this fountain and drinking it while minding their business. Standing tall... Hang on, wait a second. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a grey statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations. You assume that this is linked to the banners what are hanging around everywhere. I'm going to say, would anyone go up to these posters? I just want to make sure I know, because you have to actually get up to them to read. Anyone?
Sure.
Yeah? Just so I know. It says this. Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All, in capital letters, all will be well. The Baron. What are you going to say? Sorry, Rain.
This place has the worst vibes. The worst. I hate this. I'm going to look to the nearest peasant near me and be like, hey, what did they get in trouble for? Why do they have kids in the stocks?
Make me a persuasion check. They're not just going to speak to
Guidance.
random strangers. Sure. A
I got a 12.
12. With the guidance. Is that with the guidance, Rain?
I didn't know I had guidance.
Yeah. Bakor offered you guidance. So as you walked up to them, Bakor kind of knew what you were trying to do and tapped you on the shoulder. So roll a
How did I
d4.
roll again?
You roll a d4 and add that to the 12.
It added a 1, so I got a 13.
Worth
You
it.
you see them kind of look at you in a weird way of not eyeing you up and down, right? Not kind of like that, but you are a stranger. They've never seen you people here before. So they just sort of look and mind their business and walk away.
Maybe they just live there.
Is Davy all the way up to where they are?
The stocks, I believe so,
close
right,
inspecting.
Davey?
Okay, Lint's gonna get up close and he's gonna investigate the stocks. Just look around to see like if they're locked or if they're weighed down in any way.
Yeah, make an investigation check. Now, I need to ask you, Lynn, are you
Mhm.
trying to do this secretly, or are you
Yeah,
just
I'm trying to-
blatantly like doing it in front of
But-
people?
They're just like standing by Davy to like indicate, oh, I'm with her, and just like staying by.
Okay.
But they are trying to sneakily see
So,
like if there's an attachment.
so
in
two
somewhere.
things: stealth check
Mhm.
and investigation, please. Whichever one you want to go for first is totally up to you, but let me know which one you're going for first.
Stealth.
Cool.
Oh, it's not. At 15. I know
Okay.
that's a margin.
Okay, whatever that means. And now roll your investigation.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you definitely notice that there is an obvious like padlock on each of these. Very basic padlock. But yeah, that's it. You do see that there is a padlock there.
After I saw Rain not get any information, can I slowly walk up, and while I'm walking up, I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh,
And
okay.
then also ask them what's going on here. Why are they locked up? Why are their kids being?
Charisma saving
there.
throw, yes.
Mm-hmm. You need a 16.
They fail. Read Zone of Truth for me, this spell, just so I can. God, I know basically what it is, but I just want to make sure I'm people who are watching know as well.
So you
well.
create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15 feet radius sphere centered on the point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed, a creature cannot speak a deliberate lie within the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on a saving throw.
Cool. Okay, good. I'm not gonna be a dickhead and be like they're not gonna say anything because that's not fun. You see that as that peasant-looking person sort of was about to just leave. They look at you and they go, I am not sure exactly what it might be, but more than likely it is what the burgomaster calls malicious unhappiness.
We're gonna get arrested so fucking fast.
I apologize, I don't know much more. You are a striking person, I must say.
Thank you.
You
I
are-
wasn't expecting that.
We get a little bit like flustered.
A little flustered.
A little flustered. You know, Zone of
A
Truth,
little
but let's take it a little bit more. I have never seen anyone quite like you. Are you interested in a drink at all?
You had me at drink, yeah.
Do I have the Blue Water Inn?
Yeah. Well, we'd love to meet you there.
Okay, I'll see you there. And they just walk off to the Blue Water Inn.
Can that count as a distraction for that one peasant? Because Lynn's gonna try and
There
do
are
something.
a lot of people, but please do what you want to do.
Okay, Lynn kind of leans over to Davy and just whispers, "If I could help one of them, which one would you like me to help?"
How? They
Well-
don't seem like they're in trouble.
Well, I think that's because they don't have the option. They seem stuck. I can make one of them unstuck.
We just got here.
I don't really want to stay here, I'll be honest, but it seems like we're stuck here for now.
You don't? I like this place.
Why?
There's a festival. I've never been to a festival.
Well, maybe we can stick around to see what it's like, but I personally don't want to go to bed tonight knowing these four are stuck here.
Yeah, but it seems like the Burgermeister here is a nightmare to deal with. I mean, he's got a fucking statue of himself in the center of town. He's fine with imprisoning children. If we free these people, I guarantee you the backlash will be immediate. And you know I'm always down for it, especially if it means we go back to the boat. I know I've already said it 1,000 times, but boats are better than walking. I guess it kind of just depends on how much trouble we want to get in right off the bat.
We're already in trouble.
More trouble. If we wait till the festival to free them, everybody might be too distracted to notice that they're gone.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I have the option. And he just kind of like goes into his bag and just picks up like the end of a key. He basically, even though it's not a component, it's like a nod to say that he can cast knock to unlock one of them.
I need you as your DM. No. As your DM, read that spell for me. Because it's a very important part of that spell.
I know, yeah, it only unlocks one of them.
No. Read that spell for me. Read it out loud.
You can choose one object within range. The object can be a door, a box, a chest, or a set of manacles, a padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. The target that is held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred if the object has multiple locks. Only one of them is unlocked. If you choose a target that is held shut with an arcane lock, the spell is suspended for 10 minutes, during which the target can be opened and shut normally. When you cast the spell, loud knock audible from as far as 300 feet.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing.
Loud.
Yeah, it's a boing. It goes off.
All right. Save it for the festival when everything's loud.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say Lint would know that that's part of the thing, so you know that wouldn't be the right thing to do at this point.
Yes.
So you're saying we can stay for the festival?
Unless you want to do it, then do it.
Lint wants to do it, but not now. He wants to wait for a distraction. So yeah, he's just saying, if we stay for the festival, we may have the chance to freeze him.
What do you think a festival is like?
Judging by what's in front of us right now, interesting is a word I would use.
Do you think they give us donkey hats as well?
Can't you?
I hope not.
Can I go up to Lint and be like, if you need to cast that spell later, I can help. I have something that could probably help later on for us.
I would appreciate the assistance.
So
something to bear in mind with that plan. If they're in the zone of silence, knock might require verbal components. If it does not, it works. If it does require verbal components,
it requires only verbal components.
Unfortunately, it would not work.
It won't work.
Yeah, it will not work.
But you could track down the Burgermeister and silence him, so that he doesn't hear anything that passes into that range.
I'm already flirting, so like I could do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yo, if you want to do that, I'm totally cool. Listen, I have prepared VALLAKI as much as I possibly can, knowing that you lot can do whatever the fuck you want. So whatever you want to do, it's totally cool.
We're already planning a heist for the near future.
Yo,
So.
I love it. Okay, so is there anything else you want to do around this area before we move on?
Davy is going to look towards Annabelle, right? That's your name?
Arabella.
Arabella.
Yeah.
Arabella. Are you from here? Do you have a home?
Arabella will look at you, kind of tired actually, just thinking about it because it is getting late. She looks and goes, no, I am from just outside of VALLAKI. I am in the... and she like gets really close. Are you holding her still? I just thought...
No, I don't think so.
So, for fuck's sake. So she will like whisper to you a little bit. I am in the Vistani camp outside. I can take you there as well. Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Maybe not tonight. It's late.
Okay. I'm sure my family are looking for me, so... But I'm sure it'll be fine. I am tired. So, yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
We could go now.
No, you don't have to. If you don't want to, it's fine. I don't mind. You seem like tilts her head a little bit because she saw you as a crocodile, and she's like, no, I feel safe with you right now. It's fine.
I feel safe. I feel totally safe. 100% safe. Why would I
100%.
not feel safe?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check and be like, maybe she's not that confident. But yeah, she will agree to go to Blue Water Inn if you want to, but if you want to take them to Vivastani Camp, you can do. Again, it's nighttime, but it's not like late. So if you want to go to the Vistani Camp, you are welcome to.
Can I roll insight on the kid to see if they'd rather stay the night or go to the camp now?
Yeah, sure. I am burping so much. Oh my god.
9.
9. You're not too sure. I mean, it's a kid. They're tired, you know. They just want to rest as much as possible.
Maybe in the morning.
Maybe
Take
in the
them
morning,
back to the camp in the morning.
The morning is okay. The morning is okay. Okay. So, you make your way. You continue through the town square, and you kind of look back at the donkey-headed people who are in the stocks as they kind of just fade away from your vision as it is dark. You continue for a few more minutes before you arrive, which what you would assume is the Blue Water Inn. A grey smoke issues from the chimney of its large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. So, what do you do?
You go in.
You go in. So,
Paul already has a date.
I have a date and I'm getting free drinks.
So I need to run a date simulator now. Oh, fuck me. Oh no, the curse of Strahd.
But Ka is mostly just interested in the free drinks. So.
I totally understand and I respect that. So you enter this inn, and a couple of things that hit you immediately. First thing is the smell. Now, whenever I, as a DM, have said this, it is almost always followed by iron, or decay, or corpses. It's a refreshing turn on this, because as you enter the Blue Water Inn, you are greeted by the smell of cooked meat, fresh bread at this time of night, the smell of a fire just crackling as well in the corner, and a very welcoming feeling. I always like this depiction of stepping off an aeroplane, because obviously you lot have had this weird vibe from the town itself, but as you enter this inn, it switches off and it is immediate comfort. Make a perception check.
Ooh,
23.
Nice.
natural 20, 28.
Yo.
Got a 9 again.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
12.
12? That's fine. I feel like Lint and Rain, you're kind of still thinking about the stocks and thinking about this town anyway. So
Lint is very uncomfortable with
yeah,
this town.
100%. I totally get that. But the other two, because immediately you see that person waiting at the
I'm
bar.
having a great time in this town so
Waiting at the bar, with a drink already paid for next to them, expectantly. Davey, you actually you rolled really high, and I just gave you some bullshit that I made up. I just realized because no, you're doing that. You want a drink? It's fine. That's your focus.
No. I wanna know.
Okay. So a couple of things happen. You look around the bar. This is inn, and inside the Blue Water Inn, you see manning the bar is a lady who is human, pale complexion, and striking black hair with white, like white streaks going through it. She is a very like handsome looking lady, if you would. And you see that she's just pouring drinks, wine, and there's a slight nervousness when she's pouring these drinks for some reason. And yeah, you both have high insight anyway, so I'm going to say that's what you would spot there. And you just see her kind of working. The environment in this inn right now is settled. You hear the sound of a piano playing, just very slowly. And your eyes gaze towards where that piano is, and there's no one sitting at the piano. It is just playing itself. Just very, very like perfect tone for this environment. Not creepy, just kind of relaxing as much as you possibly could be in this environment. As this lady is pouring drinks, you also see a couple of kids. Small, around about 7 or 8 years old. Again, longish black hair with a little bit of white streaks through them. Sort of just playing around with each other, sort of running around the tavern causing chaos as kids do. Bumping into chairs now and then, pushing each other around. You actually hear them laughing at each other. To the right of you, kind of in the corner, there are 2 figures that are clearly drunk. And they are slurring their words, talking to each other, kind of loud in their laughter. So the piano what's playing, which is quite nice, and the fire that's crackling on the left hand side is kind of interrupted occasionally by the pure laughter of these drunkards. And there's one more person who is at the bar getting served by the lady. You see that they are collecting in a kind of rolled up napkin. Something in a napkin. And on top of that napkin are 2 apples. They stand up and they go, "Thank you very much." And they turn with their chin held high, a big smile on their face, and you notice that they are a half-elf person in very colourful attire, almost like a showman of sorts. As they just look at all of you, they sort of tip their little hat, and they just smile and walk past you. The door closes, and they, yeah. And the last thing that happens, the children who are running around, you lot literally came in and saw this in like 5 seconds, right? We're not just going to be standing there watching and all that. That's creepy. So I'm going to ask all 4 of you first, what do you do from this point? You've entered. There's a few things going off around you. What do you all do? So we'll start with Rain first, then we'll go with Lint, then we'll go Davey, and then we'll go, because I know where you're going, go to Bakor.
I think Rain's gonna go up and get themselves a drink.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll come on to that in a second. Lint, what's your plan?
Lint is very uncomfortable, so
Yeah,
he's just going to follow suit to where Rain is, and just be silent. Just kind of sit like clutching his book kind of close to his chest, just constantly looking around.
Yeah, that's fine.
He is also gonna flinch every time there's a loud laugh from the drunks as well.
Yeah, it happens like not over and over and over and over again, but the occasional boom, and yeah, I get that. So we'll have that like in a continuous way. If that's
Can
okay.
Rain roll to see if they notice Lint's discomfort with how loud it is?
If you want to, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know what are you trying to hide this, Lint, at all? Are you trying to control this or not?
It depends if the party kind of recognizes that Lint's a very kind of keeps his back straight whenever he's like nervous kind of person. He kind of stiffens whenever he's just like uncomfortable in situations and stays quiet.
Okay, so yeah, you can roll an insight there, Rain.
Insight or perception?
This will be insight. Because you're reading the body language of someone.
Oh, see, perception I got a 19. For insight I got a 5.
Wait, how did you get that? Wait, did you roll twice?
I thought I was gonna do. I thought it was gonna be perception.
What was the first roll for your? Because what you thought was perception would have been your insight check. So you technically already rolled.
That's 19.
Okay, you take the 19 for insight, dude. Yeah, seriously, you don't have to roll again and roll again. It's fine.
I appreciate it. I think Rain's gonna see that and ask Lynn what they want to drink and figure out a way to maybe Lint and Rain could sit and talk outside because Rain's not really feeling how loud it is either.
Yeah, Lynn would just quietly say he'd like a glass of water, and that's about it.
Okay. We'll come on to you two going over to the bar in a second. Davey, what was your plan?
Davey, recognizing the instrument in the corner as something that they've seen before, they're
Cool.
going to very excitedly go up to the piano.
Yeah, you go up to it, and for that one, what are you trying to do with it, just so I know?
Well, I think she would. Is there like a chair or anything?
There's a chair. Yeah, there's a chair.
She would sit on the chair and she'd go, my bird friend taught me how to do this. And she's going to start just like clinking the keys randomly.
Yeah. Couple of things. It's kind of like you're accompanying the song because the keys themselves are being pressed in on their own. And you're just going, I don't know.
Remix.
And you just see the drunkards just look at you and just start going, very good. Very good. And start drinking again and start jabbering onto themselves. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I like that. You do see Lynn and Rain as you over to the lady behind the bar. You do see that she is a little bit like wincing at the noise that Davey's doing, but she kind of is fine with it because it's like she's used to that kind of chaotic nature. And childlike wonder. Bakor, your plan is to what?
I'm waiting for that drink. It's already paid for.
It's already paid for. You walk over. You see that there is this male figure with. You notice that the hair has been sleeked back before you arrived. When you saw them in the town, they are peasants. They are still in patchwork, but they tried their best to like get some water and like use their own hand to sort of scrape it back a tiny bit. And they look up and see you and go, "My God, you're more striking than before. Please
I'll look down and be like, "You clean up well," and I'll sit down with them.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Please. My name is. I need to think of a name for his NPC.
Names aren't important. Let's just have this moment together. I just take the shot.
You see them like. It's not a shot. It's a wine. Okay. Just net the wine.
The whole bottle.
Yeah, and you do see as you two neck your drinks and have this kind of conversation, flirty conversation, wherever you want it to go to, Dro as a player, you can. My assumption is nice conversation. Thanks for the drinks. Peace. Like I assume that.
I won't drag it out too long.
That's fine. Don't worry. But we'll say that's just happening while everything else is happening too. While the world is burning around you, you two are just drinking.
This is fine.
Lynn and Davey, Rain, as you walk over to the bar, you do catch the lady looking at those two shot in the wine glasses. And there's just a little bit of panic in her eyes as that happens. Could both of you, real quickly, make me a dexterity check?
Straight dexterity.
Yep. Just you roll d20, add your dexterity modifier.
I got a 5.
5.
Okay, cool. I think I did that right. 22.
Oh yeah. What's your Dex modifier? Is it a 2?
Yeah, it's the +2, right?
+2. And did you roll did you roll a natural 20?
I'm looking at dexterity in a few different places, and I accidentally rolled in saving throws, so I need to re-roll it. Sorry.
What did you roll on the D20?
The D20 with the saving throw was a 22.
So sorry, what I mean is on the D20 dice, what you rolled, what was the...
They rolled a 17.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you kept D&D Beyond, everyone. There you go.
You can look at the game log.
So it would have been
been
19 like you rolled then, because it's 17 plus 2. So you just did the maths wrong, but you still keep the roll, so it's fine.
This is why I draw.
It's fine, don't worry. Rain, you're like eyeing up the bar a tiny bit as you see in like a quick of a flash, the two kids sort of go towards you. And Rain, you sort of dodge out the way, and Lint, they bash into you a little tiny. They go, poof, and they're like, "Oh, sorry," and they carry on running around. Lint, what's your passive perception?
12.
12. What's in your inventory?
Oh no. The whole inventory?
Something
like just in my backpack, or
something that would be in your pockets, if you would.
Honestly, it would be just sticks and leaves and sand and bat guano, just like spell components that you can just pick out and just cast spells.
That's fine, yeah. So you see that
he's only got 5 silver, so yeah, he'd have that in his pocket.
Okay, so they're gonna... Yeah, you don't see this. Your passive perception does not beat theirs.
No, he's too nervous, so like he just immediately freezes up.
But
lets it happen.
the moment you freeze and they sort of get away, Rain, the lady behind the bar, her eyes sort of light up a tiny bit, not literally but figuratively, as she shouts in a stern voice, "Brum, dear," and you see the one who bumped into you, Lynn, sort of steps a few steps away from you, and just looks back at the lady and goes, "Mom, I'm having fun." "Brom, dear, we do not do that to our guests. Return the items, please." And you see that Brom sort of looks at his hand, what's covered in bat guano and silver, and goes, sorry. And he's like, sort of just hold it out for you.
He takes it and goes, "I'm sorry."
It just splats in your hand a tiny bit, and then
he just shoves it back in his pocket.
I think Rain's gonna take out like a few silver pieces and be like, "Hey, you earned that." Drop it in the kid's hands. That was good. I didn't see that. And
then they run away. They rolled a 15 plus, I believe it's 2 or 3. That was pretty fucking good for them. As that happens, and Rain, you give them a few coins, the lady finally turns to you and goes, "I'm so sorry. My sons are a little bit mischievous in that way. Hi, hello, welcome to the Blue Order Inn. How may I be of service? I am Danica. It's a pleasure to meet you. What are you here for?"
nice to meet you. Can I get some rum and then Lint? What did you want to drink?
Just water.
Oh man, don't bust my wallet, and some water, please.
Some water. Unfortunately, we are out of rum right now. We have some wine, if that's okay. Rum is very
It'll
hard.
work.
Rum is very hard to come by, dear. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Wonderful. We have the purple crepe mash number 3. That is 3 copper pieces. Or we have the red dragon crush, which is 1 silver piece. If you are looking for a room to stay, which I am assuming, I apologize for being assumptuous, but that is a 5 silver piece per bed. And if you would like a freshly made by my husband wolf steak, that is also 5 silver pieces.
Okay. I'll have the Red Dragon Crush, water, bedroom, bed, 1, 2, 4 beds, and then fuck it, we ball. We'll try the wolf steak.
So 4 beds, 2 gold total. Wolf steak, 5 silver. And what did you want? Red Dragon Crush?
Yes.
Is that everything?
And the wolf steak.
I've already put that down, I think.
Okay, cool.
If I
Yep,
haven't, who cares? Oh no, I haven't. No, it's another 5. It's 3 gold, 1 silver piece. She says in a very elegant voice.
Rain will put all those coins in like a tiny little satchel, tie it off, and hand it to her.
Thank you very much. And she's gonna like make sure she feels the weight of the coinage. Did you put all the correct amount of money in there?
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Okay,
swindle
cool.
an independent woman.
She looks at you and goes, thank you. Let me provide. Is it so? Hang on. So we have 4 rooms available. Unless you would like to share a room. I'm not too sure what your company is like, but same price, but your preference.
Do you think all those beds can fit into one room?
No, I'm saying there's 4 individual rooms, but there's also 1 double.
We'll put in the 1 double room, and Rain is operating off the assumption that's like at least one person is going to keep an eye on Davy while we're here. Like Bacall and Davy can room together.
Hey, yo, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Okay, so they hand you 2 keys, right? 3 keys. And they will turn and walk into the kitchen area. And you hear her go, Erwin, we need 1 wolf steak, please, dear. And you just hear her, okay. And then they, in very like distance, if you would. Once you do that, you can obviously find yourself a seat, if you would. You do see, as she pours out the drink for you. Yeah, definitely make an insight check on this one, Rain, if that's okay. Lint, you're there as well, actually, so you can either assist Rain or you can roll yourself. It's up to you.
He's not watching, he's just focused on being nervous, so he'll just assist and give Rain advantage.
That's fine. I mean, you are taking in the environment in a sense in a nervous way, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that mean I get to roll again if I didn't roll great the first time?
Yeah.
Because I got a 9.
A 9? You definitely see, like, there's a little bit of sweat on her brow. And you see that she's sort of looking at the barrels. But like, kind of in her area. Sort of nervous. And, you know, it's like she's sort of measuring out these glasses, like, perfectly. Like, nothing overflows or anything like that. It's, like, making the most of it. Please find yourself a seat, and we'll be with you with your wolf steak. I don't know if your friends are interested in this as well. I don't know if they're hungry, but just let them know. It is, 5 silver to have one.
Okay, Rain's gonna go with Lint to find a seat somewhere quieter and just kind of like wave at Bacall and Davy. Be like, hey, we'll be over here.
Yeah, it's near the fire, actually. You kind of, where that gentleman kind of moved away from, he was sat here. And he went to the bar and then went back out as well. So you sort of caught him doing that kind of thing. And the seats here are quite comfy, actually. The fire is a very welcoming presence because, as I believe I established to all of you, it is kind of cold in Barovia in general. And because you're getting a little bit of the, like a kind of a breeze from the lake that you lot explored, it is kind of fresh right now. So, Rain sits down. Lint, are you sat with Rain?
Yeah, he'll sit in like a separate chair across the way. If there's a table, he'll put his book on the table and with one hand just like have his water like close to his chest and just take small sips. And he's got his other hand like very close to his side as if he's gripping something really tight in a fist.
Mm-hmm. By the way, water was free, just so you know.
He's fine.
Davy, question for you. How long does Davy play? Wait, sorry.
Uh,
Play.
Probably for like a good 10 minutes before she gets bored.
Make a performance check. Maybe a performance check. Let's see if you can start getting proficient with pianis.
Oh, that's better than I expected. 14.
So after a little bit, you kind of, you know what you do. Did you ever have those keyboards that light up so you know which keyboard key to press? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You start to do that with whatever magical enchantment is pressing. So you start to, instead of playing your own notes, you just start to follow the rhythm of what's being pressed. So it just looks like you're playing now instead.
She plays the piano for so long that mushrooms grow in the wood and then they light up.
A little bit, actually. I'd say, yeah, your connection with the wood would, as you press, yeah, the mushrooms, they don't interrupt the keys necessarily, but you do see the wood, what's underneath, start to just glow a tiny bit. They do eventually fade away because this is a magically enchanted item. But we'll save for flavor right now. It just comes over and then comes back as you get bored. And I'm assuming you're going to make your way to the group that sat down right now. You walk past. Go please.
As Davey gets up, where is Irina?
Irina is in here. I believe Irina would have. What would have happened to Irina? How quick would she have died? No, she would have put the horses outside of the inn and joined you for drink. So, but I actually think Irina is in the inn with you. Probably just sat down with Davey and Lynn, actually.
Davey's gonna go sit down with everyone. She's gonna go, so much fun. And then she's gonna go look at Irina and Tiltred. We made it. What's next for you?
We did. I'm not sure. My brother said that the burgomaster would have owed my father a favor. I'm not sure what context that is, but maybe speaking to him might be the answer. I'm not sure. You also have to deal with that little one with you, who looked incredibly bored right next to you actually while you were playing the piano. So that was little ones. It's fine. So maybe we take them back home first, and then we go to the burgomaster. Maybe. We'll see. If you want to explore Vallaki, please feel free. It is a large place, and there are, I assume, many shops that you might be able to explore. Compared to Barovia, Barovia is very barren, and from what I've heard, Vallaki is as close to normality as possible.
It's really nice, right?
I have only seen it at this moment, so it is eerie nice. Feels like it doesn't belong. Anyway, I have my wine. We have rooms. Technically, should have had one for Irina. It's fine, whatever. Irina gets it for free because NPC. Who cares? But yeah, you just sit down with Irina for it, unless you want to say anything else, Davey, obviously.
No, Davey's gonna sit down with everyone.
Okay. Bakor.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me. Okay, this has to be a deception check. If you're piecing out, basically you're doing this.
Out.
So deception check real quick.
17.
Okay, hang on. I need
rolling really high.
I need to roll an insight on this person. I rolled a natural 17.
Oh, okay.
But I would say their wisdom is lower, so I'm gonna say that it is a 16.
It's okay. I have a plan already.
Cool.
So I look at him and I grab his hand. I'm like, "Thank you so much for the drink," and then I cast command and I say, "Leave."
Wow.
Damn.
Okay, so couple of things. Command components for command, real quick. What are they? As in, is it? I think it's just verbal.
It's a verbal one-worded command.
Okay, if it's just
It could be
verbal, you can
anything.
absolutely
Sleep,
do this.
Throw up, whatever.
That's fine.
As long as it's one word.
Throw up, one word.
I have some really clever ones that I want to use. Sorry, I meant vomit.
Vomit
I
up
have
you.
some really clever ones I want to use in battle, but yeah, that's
Leave? Yeah, okay, so what's the save? That's awesome. Is it wisdom or charisma?
I wish I could see, but my
I'll look for you.
D&D is going crazy.
I'll look for you, my friend. Don't worry. I wish, like...
saving is 16
Ball
wisdom.
away. Just go.
16.
16 saving throw? All right,
Mhm.
that's wisdom. You know what I love? I wish this was something what, like, all those poor women in bars could have. You know what I mean?
This is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hey, waiter, die.
Die.
You see them finish a drink, and they stand up, like in this almost taken aback moment, turn, and it's only 6 seconds, but it does make them out the door. And they get to the door as they leave. They open the door, and as the 6 seconds finishes, they stand there. They turn back to you. And they walk away.
God damn.
So then I get up and walk over with my glass of wine, and I sit down next to Davey. What's up?
Even Lind is just like a forward brow, like, oh, God.
What a great use of the command spell. That's like the
I've
best.
been waiting for an opportunity to use this.
Oh my god, that's so fucking great. Holy shit. So you all are gathered around an open fire. Again, especially from you lot being around the lake, right? And the lake was real cold. This is, no matter how much like the town kind of feels weird, this is definitely going to be comfortable for pretty much all of you, I believe. At least it brings some sense of comfort. So, you four gather around this fire right now. If you want to talk to each other, please do so.
I think Rain's gonna be staring out whatever like nearest, wherever the lake was or wherever the ocean would be at this moment. Rain's just gonna be staring, kind of like 1,000-yard stare off to where the nearest largest body of water would be.
Yeah, that would be north.
Lind's glass of water.
Oh yeah, good point.
There's no windows in the
Staring
top.
at it, just
That's so true.
I'm just like taking sips from my wine. I'm like, this place is great. I love it here.
Davey's gonna turn to Arabella and is gonna ask, do you think you could describe your parents for me?
I can, yes. My father is, he is a kind of scary man, if I'm honest with you. He has longish brown hair, similar to mine, and she like sort of plays with her hair a little bit. And he also has a, I think it's called a scar on the head here. And he has a very gravelly voice. He is very intimidating sometimes, but friendly once you get to know him, I guess.
Does anyone have any paper?
Lind just opens to the very back of his book and just rips out a page and passes it to Davey.
Davey sort of looks at the paper, passes it back to Lind. Could you write something?
Okay, fine. You can take that with Quill.
I think I could send a message to Arabella's dad if you want to tell him that she's okay. And that we'll drop her off tomorrow.
Fine, sure. Yes. What would you like me to write?
Just sort of look at Arabella.
Oh, what do you want me to say? What is this? Are you writing a letter for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but she doesn't understand what the fuck you're doing, right? So she's just like, But we're seeing that we're going tomorrow, aren't we? Why would we send a letter and then be there we'll get there before the letter gets there?
Oh no, it'll probably get there before us.
Sure. Sure. Fine, crocodile lady. That's fine. Do you explain that as 25 words?
This is not ascending.
Oh, it's not ascending?
No.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry.
Just a real letter.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, oh, level 5? I know you got sending, maybe. You dick.
I was just thinking, that's a
spells?
complicated sending to get someone else to
That's what
write.
I'm thinking. I was like,
a magic thing going on.
Okay, everyone expected magic then, right? Please? Everyone expected magic? Okay, good.
It'd be so
Not,
fun.
not just a DM
Wait.
getting fucked here, huh?
I knew it was a letter. I was just like, if this is spending, this is not sending.
I didn't know if it was like real right, and then you say it, whatever. She'll just go, sure, are we delivering the letter myself? Do I cast the letter onto my phone?
We shouldn't. It's that we. If we're gonna get there before the letter, I don't understand why we're doing the letter.
I
Just
think you
trust
let
me.
Davey work their magic. Go ahead, write it down.
Okay, am I saying it in secret, or...
Go loud.
But you're going to have to tell me what to write.
Oh, my... Hello, father. It's your daughter. I'm sorry for disappearing.
Are we singing?
No. This is how I find comfort, if you don't mind.
Beautiful singing voice there.
Thank you.
I don't think you have to apologize for going missing. I don't feel like that was your fault.
Linked crosses out the bit of Arabella answering. I'm not realizing. Because they have to look down and they look up like, oh, and then they cross that
You're like
out.
those court people where just keep typing whatever's being said.
Yeah. It's beautiful penmanship.
You do notice actually, Lint, sometimes the quill itself starts to move on its own as you're going. So it's like you're trying to catch the quill. And she'll say, she actually looks up at you, Ray, and goes, well, that man, I should have listened to my friend who said I should stay with him, and this person show me, and you see that in, like, she sort of reaches into her, like, pocket inside, and she pulls out like a wooden doll of sorts. And I need to find the saying on this, actually, because I forgot. But on the bottom of this doll, there is a little like carving of letters inside. I just need to find the actual lettering for this, by the way, everyone. So bear in mind. I think it's I think the phrase is, I'm just going to say it right here, and I'll change it next time because I don't want to just be looking at my freaking phone. It's no fun. It's no blinksy. I'm pretty sure that's it. I will correct myself eventually. And she goes, he showed me this, and he asked if I wanted it, and I would come with him, and he'd give me it. And from that point, I don't know what happened, unfortunately. But I'm sorry. The letter. I'm sorry. I promise to listen to you and listen to my helper. Next time, please forgive me, Father. I love you. I miss you. I am safe. I have these friends with me here. One turned into a crocodile. That was amazing. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know how to. And you keep writing, Islin. I don't know how to.
No, I'm just going all over the place.
I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna see him either way. This is so confusing. I'm tired.
And at the end, Linz, could you just say, "Hi, we rescued your daughter, and we'll bring her back tomorrow morning"?
Yes, that's no problem. And he writes that, and then he just says, just in case, because it is suspicious that I'm writing on behalf of a child which may not be there as far as the father's concerned. Maybe we should all sign it in a way. just to say.
Okay.
And so he signs it and he passes it to Davy. Just whatever your signature is.
What's the signature?
It's a mark. It's a mark that represents you.
Brain's gonna be like, here, like this, and Brain's gonna bite their thumb to draw blood and then print it at the bottom of the
Respect.
letter. Be like, that's what a signature is.
Lint points an arrow and just says "Rain" on the top of it, just to clarify.
Davy's gonna bite their thumb and just mimic Rain.
You see the
Lint puts an arrow and puts Davy.
the parchment for you, Davy, almost bubbles as you're writing in your blood. By the way, this saying is no fun, is no Blinsky. BLINSKY. Is no fun, is no Blinsky. Oh, so close.
Now that the letter is done, I'm gonna try something a little bit wild.
Yes, please do it.
Davy is going to sort of like, Davy always has like a little bit of a cloud of spores around them. Usually they're almost invisible, hard to see. Davy's gonna start like sort of collecting them in their hands and then blows on the spores. They sort of like leave in a line out of the fireplace and out of the chimney. And they're gonna cast Conjure Animals. And after like a moment or two, a largish eagle will like sort of fly through the door, and you can see coming out of its head are these like weird cordyceps mushrooms. And it's gonna land on Davy's arm, and Davy's gonna say, "Hi, you're so pretty." And they're gonna take the letter and tie it to the eagle's leg and say, "Okay, so there's a Vistani camp. It's right outside the town. It's really close. Can you find?" And Davy will describe the man that the girl described, and just drop this off for me.
Just sort of like twitches a little bit and looks around. Quickly make a perception check, everyone, real quick, because a fucking giant eagle just went into the blue water in.
15.
11.
I got a nat
20.
20 plus 4.
28. I'm just wasting all of my natural 20s.
So you see Danica behind the bar pulled out a crossbow because something with wings just flew into the room, so she's just ready, and then she just looks at you and goes, "My God."
Brain's gonna be like, I got it. And like when they pull their sleeve down, they have like a cuff from wrist to forearm. That would be used for a hawk to land, but Rain has never been seen with the bird.
Yep.
So Rain just kind of like scooped up the eagle a little bit onto that leather cuff. And I was just like, all right, buddy, we're going to go outside. We're going to do this outside. You are an outside bird.
And Danica's sort of nodding as well, like, yes, you are. And yeah, if that's what you wanted, Davy, you'll see, well, you'd know that the bird will fly off.
As you go outside to get rid of the eagle, you see flying around, like, how many can I summon? CR0?
Oh my God, a whole flock of eagles.
You see like 8 other birds just like circling.
Summoning spells are a DM's nightmare, everyone, and I'm here for it.
Rain's just gonna like look up and look at Davy with just kind of a don't do this. Just like a don't do this look.
There you go. All right. As the conversation, I believe, is dying down at this point, you four. Is that correct? Is there anything else you want to say? You will eventually make your way to your rooms. Question for anyone here, actually. We talked about the double room and all that kind of stuff. Is anyone going to be looking after Irina in this moment? I'm not saying that as a DM, I'm going to kill this person in a second to make sure. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you would your characters be like, okay, we should still be looking after Irina or not? Your call.
Maybe sort of forgot that they were supposed to be taking care of Irina.
I respect that.
Because drunk and also just...
Oh, great. Lint just asks Irina what their plan is, just like, because as far as they're concerned, the only thing they had to do was deliver them to Vallaki. They're in Vallaki, so they assume that she's free to do whatever she wants.
You are right in that assumption. If I could be guided to the Burgermaster's place, that'd be wonderful. I also...
We should have a slumber party.
A slumber party? I have not had one of them for years, actually. My brother and me used to have them all the time. We used to make tents out of the bed sheets. It was wonderful.
Tents.
We could. Let's do that. Me and you, Davy? Okay, we'll do that. Okay. But there's also I hear a church in Vallaki that I have heard stories of protection. I've heard that they have ways of stopping fiendish creatures from being in the area. So,
If you feel safest to go there, then you're free to go there.
I'm not sure. We'll discuss it in the morning. For now, let's go sleep. Well, make tents first, Davy. Thank you, all. Even though you were definitely very unattentive to me, we somehow made it here, and that is definitely further than I would have ever got to. So, thank you.
Welcome.
Let's go.
I think we could put like Davy and what is her name?
Irina.
I keep thinking it's Irene. Davy and Irina in that double room.
Yeah.
And Rain's gonna kind of just sit outside the door and lean on it.
Yeah.
And sleep there.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So you all find yourself to rest. Everyone roll me a d20. Real quick. And then after this, we'll go on a break.
Natural 20.
For you, Dro.
I am wasting all of my rolls. I rolled a natural 18, so...
We got an
11.
An 8, sorry.
An 8?
Oh.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20.
I'm drunk, though. It makes sense.
Yeah. Dro. Well, actually, sorry, Bakor. Because I know you have to go. I'm going to say this before the break. Your night of sleep. You do get your long rest. But throughout the night, you experience the feeling of falling into the water. It's almost like throughout the night, you are consistently repeating that cycle. But instead of wanting to jump in, it's like you have been pushed in. And the repeated cycle is you go into the lake and just keep dropping over and over again.
Great.
And every time
Thanks for that.
you see the light above just dipping, and then you shake and you're back there. No one's in the room with you, right? Because on their own. Is that right?
I thought I was with Lint, no?
Is Lint there?
There's 2 singles and 1 double.
Oh, there's
so...
2 singles. So
Mhm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So if you are on your own, that's what happens. You still get your long rest. You wake up sweating. And at the window, there's the person knocking on the window like, you bastard. No, not really.
Command, leave.
Just close the blinds and go, I want to sleep.
So thank you for the raid, Sketchy. We're going to go on a break, everyone. Dro has to go at this break, so everyone say
sorry,
bye to Dro. How
That's
dare
fine.
you? Dude, you came in, casted a command in the best way possible, and you dip. You're literally doing it right now. You got them to dip, and now you're dipping. Totally fine, dude. Just look after yourself, all right? Get some
bye,
rest.
everybody.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye. But yeah, we will be back in 5 minutes, everyone. See you all soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Where's the BRB? Oh boy, that's fine. Everyone can say hello.
Hi.
Everyone's in that position. Good. Just making sure. Yes, I got it right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Curse of Strahd. We are back without Dro. Dro had to bounce out, so we're just sending them all the love and support as we can. And I promise to not kill Bakor until you hit. So we're going to.
I don't promise.
This is where Rain betrays the party when Bakor's not here. That's so great. I respect it. But yeah, the party here found themselves in the middle of the town of VALLAKI. Weirdly enough, they came in at night, so the vibes of VALLAKI is definitely off at night for reasons you'll later on know why. But they discovered the center of town had some people in stocks with donkey heads on them. Now, I did not establish this properly, and it actually kind of it kind of is important. The donkey heads aren't real donkeys; they are paper mache donkeys. I should have mentioned that because now
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, paper mache donkey heads. Imagine if it was how to. Oh my god, that'd have been wild.
You have to go through a lot of donkeys.
That's like. We have a donkey farm just for that. Oh no.
It's called Shrek Swamp.
Anyway, they went through this and they were debating freeing these prisoners at this point, but they didn't. They thought about it, but they walked on. They did also see a caravan of sort, a wagon. That was just kind of shaking a little bit with Rotavio's name on it. They went into the Blue Water Inn and had some wolf steak. Wolf steak was actually kind of tasty. It had to be cooked a bit slower, but it got there in the end. And Raina will add on, while you were biting into this wolf steak, Lancelot was stealing bits from your fork because Lancelot's a good boy and deserves the best. Kind of weird that he's eating a wolf, but you know, meat's meat, y'all. And yeah, there was a few characters in this inn. Bakor did not actually flirt with a peasant. Got a little bit of money off this person who was attracted to them, and magically commanded them to leave. And command is a 6-second spell. I mean, only made it out the front door until we realized what happened, and they left very sad. No, I can't spoil that shit. I was about to say there's certain things I could do there, but I'm not. What else did I? Oh yeah, and Davy summoned woodland creatures. Is that the spell? What you did? Dear fucking god! Oh no. I've always not wanted to ever go against this spell as a DM.
Conjure animals. It's okay. I'll do all the stat block stuff. Don't worry.
I know. I it's fine. But they sent off a letter to Arabella's father, and I believe it went to sleep. Bakor had a bit of a nightmare, but you wouldn't know that in context. Just because I don't want to split the party because it gets a bit complicated, we're just going to be saying that Bakor is with the party during this, but they're going to be a bit quiet because of the dream that they had. Let me think. You wake up to the smell of some kind of bacon, freshly baked bread once again, and yeah, if you lot are talking in your own bedrooms or you're coming downstairs and maybe having breakfast. Breakfast is included with the price, by the way, of the 2 silver pieces. It's board and breakfast. But yeah, what would you like to do while you sat downstairs at a table?
Make sure the kid eats and then ask, like, in which direction are we going to start off in? Trying to put you back where you belong.
You need to, I think it's west. I don't know which way west is, but west from here. That is the way, and then from there you go left. West and then left. Yep, that's it. As she starts
West
to...
and then further west.
West and then... Sure.
Okay.
I'm tired. I'm so tired. I should have had some more sleep. Oh, again, this is a 7-year-old girl that you're dealing with right now.
Lynn's not good with kids.
Oh, no. It's okay. As you tuck into your food, is there anything you want to talk about before you start heading in that direction?
Lint is going to offhandedly just say to Rain as he's like taking a bite of his bacon, I didn't know you had a bird.
I used to have a bird. Is what Rain is going to answer while just not making eye contact, eating some food.
Are you okay?
Tired, I think. Rain seems a bit out of it because for a moment, Rain had suppressed enough memory to kind of forget about the pet that she used to have. And now is like, we were on a boat, rekindled memories. Mention a bird, rekindled memories. I worked so hard to drink these memories away. It's gonna be like, scoots a bowl closer, can be like, hey, eat your food. You're gonna need to get ready for tomorrow. Lint, where do you think? Do we want to stop by a shop before we leave?
If we have stuff to sell to get money to spend, then yes.
I
don't
still
really
have a
much
bunch of
on
stuff
me.
because that jerk from the first shop wouldn't take any of it.
Okay,
Wait.
maybe we get some money.
I want to hear more about this bird. What kind of bird was it?
It was a hawk. I used to have a hawk.
I really like hawks.
Hawks are cool. They're really useful for navigation and finding where you're going. Speaking of, do you think the bird that you sent to go deliver that letter would fly back to you today and then would be able to fly ahead of us, like above us, to take us directly to where that girl's father is?
I don't think so. The mushrooms that I gave it aren't very good for it, so it's probably...
It's dead.
So
get
we
a
just
new
sent
one.
a bird saying, we have your kid, and then it died.
It decomposes very fast.
I'm just picturing like a rotting bird falling out of the sky, hitting that guy, reading the letter, and being like, oh my god.
I like the moral of this group, that we're not that twisted about the idea that Davy just tore a man to pieces underneath the waters, but we are upset that the magic has gotten a bird killed.
Hey, that's... Tearing somebody up underwater is cool. That's fine. That's allowed.
We didn't
It's
even get
fine.
to watch.
It's fine. The bird is home to a bunch of new mushrooms now. There's a very nice cordyceps family that just moved in.
Awesome. That's so good. That's so great. I say we go directly to where that girl lives, because at this point her family might be freaking out because of the dead bird.
Okay.
Turn into a threat instead of a nice thing.
Right?
It's like a ransom note instead. We have your daughter is safe with us.
You see that bird? That's her.
Yeah.
We turned your daughter into a bird.
All right, so just so I know you lot, we're heading straight to the VALLAKI camp. Is that what you want to do? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So as you are about to leave, there's a voice behind you, of a male voice, and as you turn around, you see a gentleman. Kind of actually thinking about it, he has kind of a beard like mine, kind of shabby with a few gaps and shit. But he has large grey patches all over. The hair is raven black with grey streaks, very similar to Danica's and Brom's. And this gentleman comes up to you five actually, because Irina would be there. And goes, before you go, do you mind if I have a word? Please.
Okay, what word?
A few words, darling. I'm sorry. I should be very particular about what I say. So, hi. I am Erwin. I am the proprietor of Blue Water Inn. My wife has already made herself known, and I hear that my son has done the same thing too. Apologies for that. He is he's very, very swift in those moments. It's kind of impressive sometimes. Sorry. I am not sure if you noticed the distress in my wife last night when you were here. By the way, I did not catch your name, but did you enjoy my wolf steak? I am very happy with my recipe, and I just want to make sure that my customers are happy as well.
I did notice that your wife seemed a bit on edge. The wolf steak was great, and her service was great. Is everything all right?
Well, unfortunately, our supply of wine is running very low.
Rain's gonna look at Bacall like in a glare.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, probably had another drink just to make
He's
sure.
nursing a hangover.
Very,
So he's
very true.
quiet.
And our supply was supposed to be here a few days ago, but unfortunately, it did not arrive. I would appreciate it, as I see that you are adventuring types, looking at Bakor's armor, right? And I believe some of you have weapons. Rain, I believe your weapon is at least on your side in a sheath. And Erwin just looks at you and goes, if you would be so kind, I would love it if you could investigate what might have happened on the trail. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if I have an emergency screen. Do I have an emergency screen? I believe I do. Hang on.
You should.
I really should, and I swear I did.
We lost Davy.
No, not Davy.
She's already gone to investigate. She's off.
Hang on. Don't worry, everyone. Nothing. There we go. I did have one, but for some reason it's weird. Anyway, she will say to you all, yes, sorry, he will say to you all, yes, there is a place called Yester Hill, to the west, where our wine is usually from. It is called Wizards of the Wine, and the supplier is... He is a bit of an arsehole, but I know that... Hey! Welcome back, Davey.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Technology, yeah? You see there's like a little bit of, not remorse, but a hesitation. He goes, my father is the one who is in charge of the supply of wine. He is the one who looks after the Wizards of the Wine to the west, near Yester Hill. And he is very capable. He's a very capable man. So the fact that he has not delivered is very... Concerning, yes. So if you could do that for me, I would deeply appreciate it. And in return, I will offer you lodging and food for as long as you need to stay. And if there's any information you'd like to know about our town of VALLAKI, I will gladly offer you any information you require.
There's a lot to offer.
We got to take this kid back to where she lives first, and then we can come back and help you. Does that work?
Of course, I'm sure there's many things you need to do here. He like kind of looks quickly at Arena and then back at you. Yes, please take as long as you need. And I will make sure that you know exactly where you need to go. I would say there's no rush to do this. Again, there's many things you can do, but if you could find out as soon as you can, that'd be amazing. After all, this establishment can't be just run off wolf meat, even though I am very proud of what I can do with it. people are here for the wine, and I want to provide that for my customers.
Don't blame you.
Indeed.
Okay, cool.
Thank
So
you.
we need to take Irina to the church,
Yes, the
get
list,
back
y'all.
to camp,
Uh-huh.
look for wine dad.
Wine dad.
So could we take her to the church, walk the kid out? Are those two birds with one stone we can knock out?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound
Okay.
good? Taking Irina to the church and then
Whatever you
Okay,
want to
cool.
do.
Yep.
All right.
To the church.
Oh, so you want to go to the church now?
Yeah, we'll go there, drop Irina off, so at least we know she's kind of safe, and then head over to where the kid is.
You can do that,
Or
yeah.
wherever-
I'm cool with that. All right. Cool. Let me fucking find my notes because that's fine. I know what you're doing. Erwin will look at you all and go, thank you very much. Hang on. And he'll run to the kitchen. And you hear like a little bit of the Breath of the Wild. Bing. And he comes back and very like elegantly like makes his way through the chairs because it is kind of a spatter of a layout. And he just hands you some napkins what I've got meat inside of them for your travelers. It's not that far, but you want to have breakfast, don't you? It's very important. Very important.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I need to make sure, and you hear like whoosh in the background. I need to make sure my sons are not destroying my kitchen. Enjoy your stay. Goodbye. And he like runs back and goes into the kitchen, as such. And you finally make your way out of Blue Water Inn. The energy of the town square is different. Because when you leave, the energy you find is very similar to Madame Eva's camp, right? There's music playing, people are being jovial and all that kind of stuff, but it's almost like a very heavy marketplace, where you see there's colors everywhere, there's children running around, smiling at each other, some of them are dancing in the fountains. It's a very, it's a complete switch around from last night, right? Where you see the people around you and they look normal. They look happy. They're not like forcing smiles. It's not like that. They just seem very content and at ease with where they are. Very day-to-day environment, if you would. There's people selling some meat, some like really just crude jewelry. You do see the donkey-headed people, prisoners, if you would. They are still in their traps, stocks, as well. And you see a few people like walking around them. Some kids are sort of just looking at them, and you kind of hear the gentle whisper of a parent sort of talking to them, going, "Now that might happen to you if you're not careful, my dear." And they walk by. There's like one person as well in particular, sort of looking at them, shaking their head, and then with a notepad sort of just taking notes. And you continue through the town. You head west. And as you are heading west, you come across the church on the right-hand side. And now I'm going to scroll. Is there anything you want to say while you're on the way there? Just to fill in any kind of dead air. But you don't have to. It's totally fine. I can just scroll super fucking fast.
Everyone here is so nice.
Yeah, it's definitely been a nice change of pace. Irina, what is your plan when you get to the church? Who are you going to talk to here?
I am not sure. For me, it's just hearing about this church's... What is the word? It's where creatures of evil alignment cannot enter.
Protection of evil.
In a sense, yes. I'm not sure why that is the case, but it is a rumor.
Churches are holy sites. I would guess that they would have some kind of energy.
That is true, but I hear
Just
that,
unholy.
if I'm honest, the church in Barovia would have that as well, but didn't really stop anything from going in, happening in there. This one is apparently a bit more...
But no offense to your village, but I feel like there was a lot more going on there than just your church was a little run down. It seems like you were going through hell.
That is very true. We'll see. I believe the word is hollowed ground. I wonder why. You head up to this church, and when you arrive, you notice that this church itself is kind of slouching. It's centuries-old stone, and has a bulging steeple in the back, and walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious, is it pious? Pious?
Yeah.
Let's go. Saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps among the graves. You enter the church, or are you dropping Irina off? Because that's very important at this point.
You can say hi.
Yeah, I think we can take a step in and just to double check and make sure that Irina is going to be safe there.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. Yeah. You knock on the door. And as you knock, there's a slight hush tone inside, like there was an interruption of conversation going on. You hear a little bit of crying in the distance before the door opens up, and you see an elderly gentleman, and he is looking at all of you, and he just has a soft feeling to him. No sharp edges at all. He just looks at you and goes, hello, I am Lucian Petrovich, Petrovich. What can I help you with?
We're here to drop off this girl, Irina, who is seeking some sort of refuge away from fiendish, evil people. You guys help?
We can provide a place to stay, of course. And I need you all to really quickly just make a... Not really persuading right now. I need you to make a charisma check, but you don't... This is not about persuasion. This is just a general vibe check. So this is just charisma based.
19.
Fantastic.
3.
3? That makes sense.
50. Yeah.
I'll roll for Bakor. Bakor gets advantage on this. Good thing. Natural 20.
Nice.
So, Rain, just from your persuasive personality, for one. And then, because Bakor is, like, very... It gives off the essence of, like... holy vibes, you know. Lucian looks at you and goes, I can definitely provide it, but I do have an issue. You best come in. And Father Lucian, actually, I should have said, not Lucian, brings you in, and the crying that you heard is coming from the pews in the middle of this church. And this church is run down, right? But the light that is coming through the stained glass windows is giving that really nice, like rainbow hue just all the way through it. And you do feel like there is something about this place. But roll me an insight check, all of you. As you all take a seat on the pews. Father
21.
Lucian, 21. Nice.
30-20.
30-20. Lynn?
15.
15 again. Yeah,
Yep.
still good. Still good. Visually striking, like maybe a little bit of comfort is here, but it does feel like something's missing. It's like there's a weird air about this place right now, and it might either be coming from the church itself or from Father Lucian. As Father Lucian sits you down, he will look at you all and go, my friends, I can, of course, provide sanctuary for your friend Irina, was it? Yes, Irina. However, unfortunately, there has been a theft of some sort. And there's this moment of hesitation from Father, as he looks at the lady who's in the pews, sort of like consolidating herself right now. You get the impression that he was talking to her, but now he's looking at you guys for some kind of help. And he goes, for many years now, this Church of Ours has been a holy place, a place of a place where people can come to escape the feeling of Barovia itself. And the reason for this is... Let me explain. This is the Church of Saint Andral. Andral. And for the longest time, Saint Andral was a hero of these lands. He was one of the people to fight off the devil for as long as he could. And unfortunately, after some time, he was destroyed, but for some reason or another, my lord provided him a boon. Maybe not a boon while he's alive, but for just through his efforts, his remains were enchanted, blessed, whatever you would like to say. And through those remains, there was an aura, only for the church, which protected this place, allowed it to be a hallowed area. Unfortunately, someone has stolen them last night. I do not know who. I have my suspicions. But if they are not returned, I dread to think what might happen.
What are your suspicions? Who do you think stole them?
Well, the only person who knew about these bones is me. However, my dear altar boy, Jeska, he, I suspect, overheard me talking. Going down into the crypts, maybe? And that's honestly all I've got. The only other person who I could possibly think of is a young man called Milivoj. Milivoj. He is the person who tends to the graves. He digs graves for the people of VALLAKI. And just make sure that the garden is as tidy as possible. He has not returned today. He should be here. He resides in the orphanage. Just due east. Or is it south? Whatever. Okay, I'll say afterwards. Maybe speaking to him will give you answers. But I don't know why he'll do it. We've looked after him for many years. And Jesker, he's too young to think about this. Jesker's... I have treated Jesker like one of my own sons. His parents... They left in a very tragic way, and I have done my best to make sure that he is having as normal life as possible. His father was bitten by a werewolf. And unfortunately, through this, his mother could not take the guilt anymore. And you see there's like a little bit of sadness in his eyes. Jesker's mother came into the church and explained this to me. You know, privately. Confessions and all that. But she had Jesker in her lap. And I'll never forget her face. She explained that her husband was cursed by lycanthropy. And through her guilt, she, for some reason, I don't know why, cut her throat in front of me. And you see his eyes just sort of drift. Just for a second. Sorry. So, Jesker might have heard me once in a while. I'm not sure. Milivoj is someone to speak to. But apart from that, I have no leads. I just dread to think what's happening, or what will happen, if those bones do not return to their rightful place.
Okay, where does Milivoj live?
Orphanage. You did mention it. I forgot the name of the orphanage. Give me a second. Yeah, so Milivoj, lives in the, hang on. Yeah, he lives in the orphanage of VALLAKI. I just got to find the name of it, because why would I have that already prepared? That's not fun. Where are you? Where are you? You motherfucker, you're not even here, are you? We're just going to say the orphanage right now. It has got a name. I just got to figure it out. Yeah, so he just looks and goes, that would be a place to go, more than likely. He is, from what he told me, very much loved there as well. The children like him and look up to him. So, fingers crossed he is okay. Fingers crossed.
So do we want to split the party where someone goes with the kid to the camp and then the other two go, or Renka could just go on their own to the orphanage?
This place doesn't seem very safe for our friend Irina. Maybe we just take her with us.
We could do that. Is Irina safe with us either?
Only you lot can decide that. I just get
Well,
the
at
real
least if we
things.
see her die, we can tell her brother what happened. So yeah, we'll take Irina with us, and then let's drop the kid off and go to the orphanage.
Yes.
Okay.
And I suggest we don't talk to any other people because I get the feeling that every person we bump into is going to have something to ask us a favor for.
Mm-hmm.
One step at a time.
Seems that way.
Okay.
Before we leave,
yeah,
Lint just kind of leans forward to Father Petrovich, is that his name?
I believe so. Let's just say that for now.
And just says, Valamir, I'm just wondering if you could tell me some information. I heard something, you as a holy man. I was wondering if you could tell me something about this. I'm aware that there is a rule in this land about not to say a certain word about evil stuff, and if that is the case, I'll write it down and pass it to you. And he writes on a slip of paper the word Mother Night, which he remembers the boatman the night before mentioning that he was dropping the orphan into the lake for. So he offers it and just says, "Is there any information about what this is?"
Okay. So he will look at you and go, Mother Night is the opposite of the Morning Lord. Morning Lord is who I pay homage to, the one I pray to every morning. The father of light more than anything. Mother Night is, from what I know, all about shadow and creatures of the night more than anything. Some people say that they are evil. But I personally don't believe that. I believe it is people who worship them are evil or good. People have their choices. There are absolutely people who will look at the Morning Lord and still commit crimes, so... But Mother Night is... I'll be honest with you. From scriptures, and what I've done with research, Mother Night is a... more recent deity. At least of these lands. Now, the Morning Lord, he is worshipped here and in the places where I assume you are from. Mother Night is unique here. Not focused on apparently elsewhere.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Thank you for asking. So, be on your way. Please report back to me as much as you can. And if you can consecrate this place again, well, I will do it for you. I will happily provide an area for your friend here to stay. I would say time is of the essence. But I cannot say when. Thank you for even listening. So, where you going? Do you see, as a DM, why I'm like, there's fucking a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. And that's the thing, you guys coming here and there will trigger everything. So
we leave the church, and Lynn just turns and says, I wrote a very prestigious letter to the father of this child that we will deliver them by the morning. I say we stick to it, and then when we come back, we can deal with all the stuff that we have been offered. Okay?
There's
I agree.
so much to this fucking town, y'all.
Okay, best.
All right. So
It doesn't make any eye contact with anyone as he goes past, just like, nope.
Yep. I think Irina's sort of going around like, Oh, so close. So close.
So close.
So close yet so
It's
far.
so far.
So yeah, you spend a bit of time heading west, and you have to leave the western gates for to get out of this. So guards will let you out. The gates themselves are open during the day, but there are guards about. They will look at you leaving and just give you a little bit of a nod as you leave, catching the eye of the little girl that was there. And you make your way to the Vistani camp. Now, a little bit of time goes by. It's quite close. It's like 30-minute walk more than anything. It is daytime as well, and honestly, the ride there is maybe not peaceful, but it is calm. You are still greeted with the sounds of the woods, you know, just the occasional bird chirping and deers rustling, maybe the occasional wolf in the distance. And when you arrive at the Vistani camp, from a picture point of view, it looks fucking cute. I'm just saying that right now. There's a it's like a large hill, and what it looks like is, oh my god, it does look like this. I don't know if any Americans have watched this, but the Teletubbies. Do you know what I'm on about? Right? There's a
Hated
hill
that show.
and there's like buildings in there. So yeah, it's creepy. The hill itself has like little alcoves built into them, and it's kind of, you don't see obviously all the way around from your point of view, but you do see like it is segmented around, right? And at the top of this hill there is I believe another circle of caravans with a campfire just blazing up to the top. It's weird because it looks really cozy. I'll be real with you. I need to find a picture and send it to you because it is very cute. But yeah, you arrive, and let me have a look real quick. Just so I need to send you this. It's too cute, y'all. It's so goddamn cute. I'm sending it you. Sorry, chat. I know this is kind of breaking the immersion, but fuck it, cuteness, you know. Let me send it in Discord. There you go. It's so cute.
Okay, that is pretty adorable.
Right?
I'm not even gonna lie.
Right? And in the center of this, where the fire is peeking out, there is a huge circular tent. So you make your way. Now, where are you going to go? Are you going to go to the... Actually, no. Arabella is guiding you on this one. So, to be fair, you will see Arabella. The moment she sees the hill, she fucking sprints to it. Like, so I don't know if you just want to trail behind her, but that she is absolutely going to be sprinting towards it.
Maybe we'll run with her.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
same.
All right.
Lint will heftily jog.
Okay. Let's have Rain and Davey make an athletics check. And it's against Irina. Sorry, Arabella. Arabella trips over and actually rather low. She trips over and gets a little bit of mud on her face. Then gets
17.
Back up. 17.
Can Rain pick her up and put her back on her feet and run along?
Of course. Yeah, of course you can. What'd you get, Davey?
8.
8. That's fine. Yeah, you trip and fall at the same time. You go, oh, that looks like fun. And then you get back up. So you find yourself at the base of this hill. And there are... Let me just make sure I got this for you guys. Hang on. Okay, so you see at the base of this hill, one of the houses has a very nice warm light coming from the inside. And you see 3 sullen grey cloaked figures with kind of angular features in their face, looking at you as they see you approach and see Arabella arrive. You hear them shout in like this kind of panic, but alleviated panic, as you see the guards start to run up to the top of the hill. As they run to the top, you see Arabella is moving ahead, and Rain, I'm assuming you're kind of running by them as well. And as you get to the top, you see this tent. And piled outside the wagon are several empty casks of wine. And as you go in, you hear the sound of a crack of a whip. There's whoosh, and you hear a cry of a man. As you enter, and Arabella shouts to her father and looks at the man holding the whip, you see him turn, drop his whip, and run up to her and give her the biggest hug. The biggest hug. While that happens, you do notice that in the middle of this tent, and it is a pole supporting it all, and surrounding that pole are campfires, like mini campfires, just making sure there's a lit there. But in the middle of that, attached to that pole, is a man tied up with lacerations on his back. You see Arabella crying. You see the father picking her up, swinging her around, turns to the person on who's attached to the pole, and looks at two other people and goes, "Release him now. Thank the gods. Thank the gods. Hello, dear. I am so tired. Thank you." And he looks at all of you. "I did receive your letter and that weird bird, but thank you so much. My apologies. The gentleman there, he was the one in charge of Arabella's well-being, and he had to be punished. I had to do it. I'm very sorry. He did accept the punishment, and I did not know if Arabella was dead, but his punishment was due, regardless. So I'm very sorry. But thank you. I am so grateful that you have brought my daughter here. Please, what are your names? I owe you many thanks for this. I need to stop.
My name is Rain. If you insist upon a payment, I'll take that whip.
That is a family heirloom. So, no. But let
Slowly picks up Aram. No, I'm kidding.
It's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll take a whip.
We can provide you a whip if that is something you would like. There is something. Yeah. Okay, well, I was going to offer something maybe better than that, but fine, if you just want to.
Okay, what's your follow-up offer then?
Well, let me first get your names. I'm sorry, I'm very excited about this. You see, by the way, the person who's getting pulled off of the pole in the center, it's a youngish man, like kind of between like 18 and 20 odd. He comes up to Arabella and just goes, I'm so sorry, Alabama. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I got drunk and I please forgive me. And Arabella just looks at him and turns her head away and focuses on you guys. And you just see him sort of stand up and just nod in this acceptance of he fucked up. And he walks out of the tent. So, what are your names?
People call me Davy. I sent the bird.
Oh, I am so sorry. I did not survive the journey.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you. And who might you be?
Lint's not there.
Oh, where's Lint?
Lint paused as soon as he heard the sound of whipping.
Mm-hmm.
And he just immediately, the first house he saw, just went up and kind of like leaned against the wall and is currently trying to stop his heart beating out of his chest.
Sure.
Trying to stop a panic attack.
Interesting. You have to let me know what that's about, by the way, because then I can play on that a little. Bakor would be, I don't know if they'd be consolidating you or not. I'm not sure. But
Lynch was probably lagging behind because he wasn't really running. So
no, you absolutely maybe
yeah,
you,
I was
on
my own.
You actually might have not heard it because the moment they got into it, the whipping stops. You might have actually not heard it. Let me make a perception check, and then we'll see what your reaction would have been. Because that would have been interesting. Ooh. If it's low, you didn't hear it.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay, so yeah, you would have it would have echoed out of the tent and then into your ears. So maybe it's because it's so acutely in your brain, that noise.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
We had another friend. He was right behind us.
Well, if you get a chance and if he is, they are responsible for the safety of my daughter, then please, they are more than welcome to some reward. Sorry, I want to make sure I got this name right. I am Luvash. I am the leader of this camp here. And my brother, Aragal, is still currently looking for Arabella. So once the messages have got out there, they will return and we can continue our lives. But I owe you a debt of gratitude, and you must be rewarded. So, please, come with me. And he will take you out of this tent, and there is like a bunch of different caravans surrounding this tent, right? So you got Vistani, that are living at the top surrounding this tent, and some other figures at the bottom. They're the ones at the bottom who are, you did notice that they had, as I said, sharp features. They actually have kind of darkish skin, actually. But right now you're at the top of this hill. So
as we're being led around, can we take a look, keep a lookout for Lint?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say,
he's not hiding. He's just literally going against the wall of a building of like wherever we ran directly from. Just like the first building we passed, he's immediately just like flat against the wall.
Yes, that's fine. You know what, Lynn? Make me a perception check because you kind of got out of here. I'm going to give you like a little. I want to give you something for not being involved in that moment.
Yeah. Oh my god, not 20.
Jesus
I was going to say if it was a low roll, he'd be too panicked, but apparently he's got hypersensitivity in the panic.
I mean, yeah, you kind of hyper-focus because in the end you're trying to survive, you know? So I would say then, because you're you heard that moment and there's a little bit of panic, what I assume happened in your character's mind, you kind of start to take in the environment as much as you possibly can. And it's interesting because the Vistani camp at the top of this hill, they all are dressed like Vistani, as we said before, right? They are tanned skin more than anything because they do leave Barovia and they do actually see sunlight. And they are human, the Vistani, but the ones at the bottom, are more elvish. Now, you saw a half elf in the Blue Water Inn, but these are full elves. Now, for those who are watching and you guys here, Barovia is primarily human. There are reasons for that, but yeah, primarily human. Different races of human, right? So everyone comes in different sizes and ethnicities and all that kind of stuff, but it's primarily human more than anything. So these are the first full elves that you've seen. And they kind of look like wood elves, but their complexion is darker. It's like they are designed for a kind of darker environment. I can't really say what we are yet. No, you wouldn't technically know what we are because they're a different type of elf. But yeah, so you just see them wandering around the lower end, going in and out of those hovels and homes as well. So, Davey, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Davey walk up to Linz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Linz
smile.
Yeah, Linz just kind of bug-eyed, staring down at his feet at this point. He's just trying to focus to like slow down his heart rate.
Davey will wait a moment, and they're just gonna reach out their hand towards Linz.
After a while, he like slowly takes it. As he takes it, just that like he's shivering like nonstop. Has got like terrible tremors.
You're cold. Let's go inside.
Okay. And he just keeps saying okay for a bit, and then just like with every deep breath he takes, just like slowly stands up, and then just keeps holding onto your hand as he walks with you.
Dave will catch up.
Okay. So, you come to a wagon, and the very first thing you notice with this wagon is the doors have 2 iron padlocks on the doors. You see Lavash is going up to them and brings out a ring of keys, and they just drop heavy. Rain, you would know they are very intrinsic locks, actually, because you're rogue. You're roguey. As they drop the padlocks, you see that he looks at you all, and as the locks dropped, he looks at you and goes, "Be careful with those. Do not touch them. They are trapped. Only these keys can open them. So just bear in mind." He opens the door. Who's going in? Are you all going in? Yeah. So you're not going to be able to choose everything in this, but you definitely do deserve a reward. There is another reward, by the way, which you will never know about.
Why?
No, as in you have the reward, but you don't know what it is. You will never know what it is, which is really interesting. Anyway, don't worry about it. So, in this wagon, it is a fucking mess of chests of just different trinkets and all that kind of stuff. There is a wooden chest, an iron chest, a jewelry box, a wooden throne, which I don't know if you'd be able to take that away because it has gold inlay and decorative stones. There is a 10-foot square rug with an exquisite unicorn motif, a small wooden box containing 12. Now, this is going to be something that he's going to do. He goes up to this box and opens it, and you see there's 12 potions in there with stoppered gourds And he looks at you all and goes, "You don't want these. These are designed that people who are naive to potions will come in here, breaking, take these, and basically poison themselves. So don't touch. It's fine."
Lint immediately lightens up on hearing the word poison.
Do you like make it obvious?
Well, he does raise his eyebrows just a little bit.
He looks at you and goes, "Ah," and he like grabs one of them and lifts it up, and you see that the liquid inside starts to swirl a little bit around, and he goes, "Now, when strangers come in here thinking they can steal, or they just want to trade, and I don't really like them. You know, some people come in very cocky, and sometimes they need a lesson be taught by them. We Vistani are known to be able to escape the mists. Now, I cannot provide you information of how to do that, but I would say to these strangers that this potion here would get them out. So, I would give them this. They pay me, because who likes to get out of here? They spend an exorbitant amount of money. And they go into the mists, and I never see them again." Naivety. It's one of those things that's come in large quantities in this land. Anyway, and you see there's a hint of like he enjoys that moment of fucking with someone. Anyway, follow me. And he gets to the end, and the wooden chest he will open up, and it contains a pile of coins. Now this is Electrum, which, fuck Electrum, like, my god. But we'll work this out, okay, after the game. But there's 1,200 Electrum pieces in here. So we'll work that out. There's an iron chest containing 650 gold pieces. There's an onyx jewelry box with gold filigree. And when you open it, it contains 6 pieces of cheap jewelry and a potion of poison in an unlabeled crystal vial. So
What's in the crystal vial?
He goes, "This is just a simple potion of poison. Actually, very similar to those." And he's actually still holding. Lynn, I believe he would have actually passed you that vial of poison.
Yeah, you would have had a look at it.
Yeah, he would have given you it. And he just looks, he goes, "You seem interested, so here you go. It is the same, but I paid someone to make it look a little bit safer. It actually usually looks like this, so yeah." And then there's 2 more things. And this is something I added into the game because I think they're fucking fun. You see on a kind of pedestal that has a red cloth around it, very similar to Madame Eva's tent, if you would, like very nice drapes of everything. And you see that there is a playing cards deck on top. And the last thing is on a mannequin looking thing, what is kind of decayed a little tiny bit. There is a cloak on top of it. And this cloak has like patches on it. Different images of patches on there. The patches are not shown in this moment because if you choose this, I will let you roll on what's on it. Okay? So he turns to you and goes, "I will let me have a look actually, because there's a list, right?" 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will let you choose 4 items from our wagon as payment. Whichever you choose is totally up to you. But just bear in mind, this is my way of saying thank you for returning my daughter.
Okay, Lint, what do you want first?
I don't really mind. Any things that you think would help me? I do get hurt quite a lot.
Did you want the poisons?
I'm more intrigued as to what is used behind them. Like, I can make my own poisons, so don't waste them on me.
Oh, something to add on. The 1200 Electrum, they've actually been stamped with the visage of Strahd's face on them. Just thought I'd let you know.
1200 Electrum is 600 gold pieces.
There you go.
So everyone's aware.
Thank you.
I like that cloak.
Okay, so Davy will get the cloak.
Uh-huh.
Does Rain pick an item?
It's your call. I mean, it's an item or like a chest or whatever you want.
Of course, so everybody gets one.
Mm-hmm. I want to make sure it's fair, you know?
I think Rain would probably take a chest is the most familiar thing.
Yeah, sure. So which chest are you going for? The wooden chest with the Electrum in it, or the iron chest with the 650 gold in it?
I want to take the iron chest because aren't Fae weak to iron?
Are they?
I mean, lore-wise, yeah, Fae
They are, yeah. They are weak to iron.
weak to iron.
In D&D? Or just general
I don't know if that's in
lore?
D&D.
Well, D&D is heavily based on, like, certain things.
I'll
like,
say this. You might get an itch with it. Because mechanically, you could get stabbed with iron shit throughout this entire thing, and I don't want to be like critical damage. So we'll play with that actually, though, because I actually don't know myself. So we'll play with the idea. Is that cool?
Yeah,
I like
that's
the
fine.
I like the idea though. I like the idea. So yeah. And you can also just put the money in the bag of holding. There is a limit to the bag of holding. Just bear that in mind. But you know. Okay, so. You take the 650 gold, Rain. Lint, what are you doing?
what are the most interesting items?
Most interesting.
Not like money.
Oh, the most interesting for you, the deck.
Okay.
You get some vibes from that at least.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna take the deck.
Cool. Just for this moment, I'll tell you what it is. The deck is a deck of illusions. So I would like you to look that up on D&D Beyond. I believe there is we have to roll with what's in it exactly,
okay.
But it's a really fun item. Davey, you know what that fucking thing is. Naomi, what is it?
It's just a playing card deck that has a different illusion.
The cloak. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, the cloak.
Mhm.
Oh. I'm guessing it's what is it called? Like a cloak of many things or something like that?
I believe it's the cloak of useful items.
Ah, that's what it is.
I believe it is. I just like these items. They're not in the game base. I was like, these are cool. They're not too harmful for me. So let me just read this out for you, and then we will finish the stream, everyone, if that's okay with you lot. Mm-hmm. So, the cloak of... Hang on. Oh, there it is. No, wait. Many... where is it? Hang on. Useful. There it is. It's a robe of useful items. This robe has cloth patches of various shapes and colors covering it. While wearing the robe, you can use an action to detach one of the patches, causing it to become the object or creature it represents. Once the last patch is removed, the robe becomes an ordinary garment. The robe has 2 of each of the following patches: dagger, bullseye, steel mirror, 10-foot pole, hempen rope, sack. In addition, the robe has 44 other patches. We'll do randomly determined, I believe, unless you want to maybe choose some stuff. Let me go through them. It could be a bag of 100 gold, a silver coffer, an iron door, 10 gems worth 100 gold piece each, a wooden ladder, a riding horse with saddlebags, a pit, just a pit, 4 potions of healing, a rowboat, a spell scroll containing 1 spell of 1st to 3rd level, 2 mastiffs, a window,
Lancelot get some friends with the mastiffs.
or a portable ram.
Love that.
It's really fun. We'll I think we could roll for it, but I might just, if there's some things what like I don't like, I might be like, nah, fuck it, do that instead. The deck of illusions, so lint. Yeah, this card contains a set of parchment cards. A full deck has 34 cards. A deck found as treasure is usually missing 1d20 minus 1 cards. The magic of the deck functions only if the cards are drawn at random. You can use an altered deck of playing cards to simulate the deck. You can use an action to draw a card at random from the deck and throw it to the ground and at a point within 30 feet of you. An illusion of one or more creatures forms over the thrown card and remains until dispelled. An illusory creature appears real, of the appropriate size, and behaves as if it was a real creature, except that it can do no harm. While you are within 120 feet of the illusory creature and can see it, you can use an action to move it magically anywhere within 30 feet of its card. Any physical interaction with the illusory creature reveals it to be an illusion, because objects pass through it. Someone who uses an action to visually inspect the creature identifies it as illusory with a successful DC 15 intelligence check. The creature then appears translucent. The illusion lasts until its card is moved or the illusion is dispelled. When the illusion ends, the image on its card disappears and that card can't be used again. Here's what could be in this card. A red dragon, a knight and 4 guards, a succubus or incubus, a druid, a cloud giant, an etin, etins are cool, a bugbear, a goblin, a beholder, archmage and mage apprentice, night hag, interesting, assassin, fire giant, ogre mage, gnoll, kobold, lich, priest, and 2 acolytes, a medusa, fuck me, a medusa, that's cool, veteran, frost giant, troll, hobgoblin, goblin, iron golem, bandit, captain, and 3 bandits. Erin, yes, berserker, hill giant, ogre, orc, kobold. You.
Me.
You, the deck's owner. Yeah, there's 2 chances of that one. So yeah, we'll do that randomly determined and all that kind of stuff because you will never know what it is until you roll.
Until it's rolled. Okay.
But it's just fun. You know, it's something that could happen, and I just wanted to throw some stuff up here as well.
Definitely a last-minute panic thing that Lint will probably be doing in the most stupidest of times.
That's why I thought you'd like it. I'll talk to Bakor about what they'd want as well. But yeah, so as to finish this off, it is midday here. So is there anything you else you wanna say to these guys right now? Because what we could do is finish it at the end. You know what? We're going to finish it as you are deciding. Like, you guys have got it, but Bakor's going to decide what they want out of this pile. And we will come back to them making a decision next session, if that's cool with you lot. But yeah, that's it. We're done, chat. We're done. Well done, everyone. So, there's so much in Vallaki. You lot decided to fucking trigger so many things.
So
but it's
sorry.
great. No, that's what I was prepared for. But you lot did great. And so next week we will pick this up with a little bit of maybe lore and roleplay with the elves and the Vallaki here. And then we head back to the town. And honestly, it's up to you lot what you want to do. You have many things you can check out. Kind of open-ended right here, whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's been fun, y'all. It's been fun. Maybe we'll get in a fight next time. I want you lot to fight. We've just leveled up to 5. We need a fight, you know?
I want to fight so bad.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't you worry. As a person who loves fighting, I'll find some stuff for you lot to do. But yeah, that's it, everyone. So thank you, everyone who has been here. Thank you for the raid from people earlier. It was really cool of you. Make sure you use the Pally command so that you can tip our amazing artist, Turquoise Magpie, and overlay designer, Zavils. Make sure you catch these guys. I was going to say on Twitter, but you're not going to see them on Twitter anymore, so that's good. But yeah, check them out on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. They're amazing people. I have a lot of fun in this game. And yeah, it's been a kind of a chill session today. And next session, it's gonna get weird. So it's good fun. Catch it on YouTube as well. But apart from that, I think that's it, everyone. So just say goodbye. Everyone, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.